Hello, welcome to STH English. I've been waiting and waiting for the last 72 hours for the 20-point formula put out by American President Donald Trump to take some sort of a shape. It has taken a shape, but unfortunately, it seems to be a D shape, which essentially means that it doesn't seem to be working the kind of miracle most of the world capitals, egged on by and encouraged by Donald Trump to think like that, were hoping that it would. If the miracle was to happen, then Israel would not have killed something like 210 Palestinians since the announcement of this 20-point formula. Israel would not have attacked Lebanon. Israel would not have attacked Samud flotilla and taken hostage representatives of more than 40 countries, whose ordeal I can relate to because almost a decade plus ago, I was part of a much larger flotilla which was attacked by the Israelis as if it were a warship, and much blood was spilled right in front of my eyes. We were taken hostage, we were put in jail, we were beaten up. 10 of our colleagues were killed, and 60 others were injured. All of them were bullet injuries and lethal bullet injuries. It was a very brutal attack. This time around, from what we are hearing, Israel has intercepted the boats, but I really fear for the safety of the passengers because I have a personal experience of Israeli brutality, and I know what they're capable of doing. So Israel would not have done any of these things. It would have sent a signal out to the world that we are on the table as a civilized nation, and we are going to negotiate a hard bargain, but bargain nonetheless with the concerned parties. That has not happened. So Palestinians continue to die. Gaza continues to be in a stage of siege. A flotilla continues to be attacked. Israel has not moved an inch backwards. In fact, if anything, it has moved many kilometers forward. It continues to eye West Bank. And everybody is waiting for Hamas to disarm. If you look at the 20-point formula, you would find that almost entire responsibility has either been shifted to the Palestinian Authority, which has to reform itself, or to Hamas, which has to first release the hostages and then disband itself and basically disappear from the face of Palestinian politics. Or it has been shifted to the Muslim countries, which are supposed to be the guarantors for the Hamas actions and reforming PA. It has also shifted the responsibility of reconstruction and creation of a force to manage the Palestinian areas, Gaza primarily, to the Muslim countries. So they would fund, they would provide the force, they would be the guarantors for Hamas conduct. Hamas has to disappear, and the Palestinian Authority has to reform itself. And Israel, which has killed like 66,000 people, is in occupation and has reduced this entire area, beautiful area, to rubble, and continues to march on and move its tanks over the dying Palestinians, seems to be sitting pretty, waiting for everybody else to deliver the goods. We were also hoping that by now, almost 72 hours have passed, we would have some movement as far as the final decision from Hamas is concerned. We were also hoping that Donald Trump, in the light of the new objections raised by many signatories to the arrangement, 8 countries that issued a joint press release, who signed up on that press release. Some of them have expressed some grave doubts openly. Others are talking in an oblique way. Pakistan's Prime Minister, while endorsed it, spoke through the Deputy Prime Minister, who held a detailed press conference 48 hours ago and spoke about this not being the draft that the country signed on. The Qatari Prime Minister gave an interview to Al Jazeera, spoke about the ambiguities built into the entire document. We were hoping that all this would be reconciled and a new effort would emerge. That has not happened. So as I speak to you, frankly, despite much hype and great lace and lavender that was put upon the 20-point formula, it seems to be hanging in precarious balance. I do hope that it does take a good shape. I do hope that it shapes up the peace environment in a pretty way, in a way that gives you hope and shows you the path forward. But right now, all I can tell you is that the only shape this 20-point formula has acquired is a D shape. It doesn't exist in the shape in which it was announced. And the new shape doesn't look to be very promising. So with fingers crossed, quite literally, and touch wood, this would perhaps not be a permanent state of affairs, and it will progress rather than regress. Because if it doesn't happen in the next 48 hours, you would have another kind of hell let loose in Gaza and West Bank, and we know who the perpetrator would be, and that wouldn't be the Palestinians, that wouldn't be the guarantors of 20-point formula success. It will be Netanyahu, and by the fact that Netanyahu seems to be doing it at the behest of Washington, Donald Trump himself.